Hey, good morning, guys. We have a surprise guest that showed up at the door, one of our guys from back east. So I want to introduce a friend of mine.
Hi, my name is Jonnie Oliver, and I'm from a little town just outside of Charlottesville, Virginia, called Palmyra, Virginia. And I'm in town in Vegas for a pharmacy conference, and I figured that what better way to spend one of my days was to get a car and come down here and see the master himself.
Jeez. Well, Dad's sleeping, unfortunately. But we're just, we're having so much fun. We've been talking for a half hour, 45 minutes, kind of learning Johnny's kind of his story. So I'm going to let him kind of talk about his story and that kind of thing a little bit. And we'll kind of go. Yeah.
So my wife and I own a pharmacy in Virginia, and she's the pharmacist, and
right.
I kind of run the front of the store, which is the front end, which is like the gifts and the things like that.
Yeah.
And I've been a maker and a woodworker my whole life,
really?
So I just love to make things. And I came across you guys' YouTube channel probably about 3 or 4 years ago, I guess.
Yeah, you said Taliesin Gulf sign.
Yeah, so
which has been that's been a while.
Yeah, so I was kind of looking as I usually do, and just kind of trying to learn new things, and just kind of watching YouTube and stuff. And I came across you guys' channel, and I was hooked after the first sign. I mean, as soon as you blew the sawdust away, it was just like, okay, that's what I have to learn how to do next.
That's so cool.
And then it was so nice that, you guys made the process so, easy and so welcoming. I mean, you call here and you guys pick up the phone, which is great. I mean, and then, I ordered the bits and, off to the races you are. So, I mean, I really just came here to, thank you guys so much for all that you do. And you really help us out there, people who like to make, and just people who want to kind of dabble in other things. And you guys, you're really great about teaching, and you're so patient, and
oh man,
you're
killing
really
Wait, I think you need to move in a little bit. Your head's swollen.
Oh yeah, exactly.
I mean, you really have a great impact on the maker community out there. I mean, I really hope you know that. We really, and like I said, you guys, if you YouTube, wood sign videos, you guys are it. You guys are really it. And then anyone else who does a wooden sign video is kind of a variation of you guys. You can really see your influence in their videos, whether it be like their background technique, or you could see like they made their own base plate, and that seems to originate from you guys. So really you guys have touched a lot of people.
It's amazing. It's really, really cool. That just that warms my heart. It really does, because sometimes when it's just Vicki and I, and we're making these videos, I know people see them, but sometimes you don't realize the impact, like other people have impacted me, people that are on YouTube. And we were talking, we watch so much YouTube now, and so much stuff that's not cable TV, that so many people have turned off their cable because there's so much to see on YouTube, or, other channels, Netflix, Hulu, all that stuff. But, we were talking earlier in regards to the kinds of stuff that you make.
Yes,
you
sir.
found a way that you can make it valuable for your business.
Yeah, so I usually I don't make signs to sell or anything like that. I don't do kind of production sign making like some people do. I just kind of do it as gifts, or in our store if we need like a sign for a display or anything like that. It's a nice tool to have, that you can just kind of get a piece of wood, make it happen, and then you're done. I mean, it's really nice. I work with our local Habitat for Humanity when it comes to building houses. So I do that, and then I'm able to do like welcome home signs for the prospective homeowners, that come in. So they really like that, that they have a guy. That it's nice to have a guy on the crew that can, get that, dot the I's and cross the T's, because that's really not an avenue that they're used to being able to do. You know what I mean? So it's nice.
They would have to job that out.
Exactly.
Find it somewhere.
Right. Yeah. So it's nice to be able to just make something, out of, I've done it with like a how we frame the houses with like 2x6 walls. So I'll take a cut off of the 2x6 that's part of their house, and then you can make a welcome home sign and then give it to them at the end. So it's really nice, and it's really great to see.
So you were telling me you build displays, you do all different kinds of things.
Yes, sir.
For in the store, and that's where your maker part really comes into play, right?
Yeah, I mean, like, I've always liked to build things, but, you know, back in the day, you know, when I was starting out, and I'm 39 now, so when I was 18 and I really wanted to learn how to make stuff, there wasn't a YouTube, and, you know, we kind of I had to go to trade school and things like that, or you kind of had to know someone, you know, like your dad, who could pass those techniques down to you.
Right.
So if you didn't have that, you know, there was not very many avenues. So I think a lot of times now we get complacent, we're a little spoiled how much access to information that we have just at the click of our fingertips.
Yeah.
So I mean, like, I try never to take that for granted, because it really is something special to have that, to be able to learn something just like that. Right. You know what I mean? Because in the past, it's taken years to learn these trades, and some people will hold on to these secrets and they don't want to let them go. But now you got these people that are just willing to share, and it's so great, you know, that people who actually want to learn can learn from the best. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, we're as
and
before.
to actually see it. And I'm not a person that can read something and know what it's saying.
Yeah.
I like to see hands-on, and then it's like, that's how I started doing the tables.
Right, exactly. Right. And then how much confidence did you gain just by watching other people and then watching their mistakes and things like that? So
and learn
knowing
from
that
them.
they do make mistakes and they're not all perfect.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
That's why we don't edit.
Right,
we want people to see our mistakes.
Yeah,
and know how to fix them.
That's great. Yeah, that's awesome.
And, you know, I grew up, and the funny thing is, when you're talking about some people kind of hold on to their secrets because they, I don't know, maybe insecurities, or they think that, you know, somebody's going to take something from them. I grew up being 10 years old, 11 years old, watching my dad literally out at a flea market carving signs. Somebody would walk up and start watching, and he would stop what he was doing and start answering questions and literally bring them in the booth and show them what he was doing and how he was doing it. He just never, I was blessed the fact that he had such a great self-image and just confidence in what he did and wanted to truly help people, that just bled right over to me. And it was just like, that's what I grew up with. So I didn't know. And then when I would run across other sign carvers or even other craftsmen that didn't want to share what they did, that wanted to hold, I just couldn't understand it, because I don't, it's just not part of the way I was raised. So it's so foreign to me.
Exactly. I mean, like, I've learned that the best teachers just give it away. You know what I mean? Because they're so secure, and they're like, you know what? It's more important for me to, you know, to give it to someone else than it is to hold on. Because what does it do for you to just hold on to it? Yeah,
and to be honest, there is nothing like the feeling that you have helped somebody else learn something, or you know, glean something, got a little tip or whatever, and they say, oh man, that really helped. And you know, that feeling is the best. That's way beyond money or fame or whatever, to know you're actually helping somebody. And I'm really fortunate that I get that quite often, and it warms my heart and just does me great stuff. It just makes me more enthused to do more.
Right. And I mean, like, even all the subscribers you have, you don't realize how many other people you've affected outside of those people that are subscribers. You know, even people that just come across your channel and they're like, oh, I just need a few bits of information. And then, you know what I mean? Some people just don't, you know, they just see what they need and move on.
Yeah.
But those are people that you have affected too.
Yeah.
And I mean, like, people like me that, you know, will come to Vegas and rent a car and drive down here just
crazy.
to meet you guys, you know, because
crazy.
you really do have that big of an impact on us.
Really, driving across a dirt road and GPS taking him the wrong way. Yeah,
I mean,
crazy.
Like I said, I just wanted to come and say thank you. Really, that's all, because I really appreciate everything you guys do.
Man, that's so cool.
Yeah.
That's so cool. I was so glad you came by.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it. For you guys having me. And I mean, I know you guys did that seminar a couple of years back. I wasn't able to attend. Remember when you guys had the seminar? You picked people up in Vegas, and then
the teaching here.
Right. Yeah. Are you guys going to do any?
We're doing one in September.
That's awesome.
We got one coming up in September. This time,
goes well, we're going to do another one in the spring.
Yeah, if it goes well, we think it will. We're getting really good response from it so far, and we're going to film that, put that like we did the other one. But it's only going to be one and a smaller group, so we've got a little bit more control. And then people are coming in. Some people are flying in and driving down, kind of like what you did. So I don't think we're going to actually pick people up in Vegas this time. Some people may be bringing their RVs, because you can see we got plenty of room.
Oh, yeah.
So, but yeah, we want to do that more on a regular basis.
I think there's definitely a need for that.
Yeah.
I mean, I think definitely people will travel and they will come, if you're willing to, give them the opportunity.
What's his name? From Canada's coming in.
Yeah, Bert Graham. Bert Graham's coming down from Canada with his wife. They're coming, spending their vacation. Anyway, enough about me. That's good. Oh, now your phone is ringing.
No, excuse me. I'm sorry.
Oh, no, it's no problem. No problem at all. We got phones going off all over the place. Phone was ringing just before. But anyway, is there any questions that you have? Any questions? I mean, I want to try and make this as valuable as I can. Is there anything? What kind of wood? I'm kind of curious. What kind of woods do you have available? I know you were saying 2x6 construction stuff, probably Doug fir or something.
So where I am, we pretty much have your 2 big box stores, your orange and your blue.
Yep.
And then it's just basically what they have readily available.
Yep.
You could certainly seek out like a local hardwood lumber store if you wanted to.
But what kind of stuff do they carry?
So they carry
probably different than what I have.
Oh yeah. So they carry basically pine. They carry. It's hard where I am to find the cedar fencing.
This stuff, yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
So that isn't as available to us. It is about 50 miles away, but
really?
in our kind of area.
Weird. It's kind of strange how it's in pockets. You know, some places you can find this way readily available. Some places don't have it at all. So,
right. Yeah.
Do you have cedar at all?
There is like a cedar for like the outside houses, like for siding.
Okay.
And things like
that.
But yeah, we're kind of limited to pine, and I guess, and they kind of classify that as any conifer. So you really, I don't think you really know what exactly you're getting unless you really know.
Right.
And people like me don't.
Yeah, and I don't either.
Right.
I mean, I have to go off of that.
Yeah.
I'm starting to learn a little bit more about it. But see, I grew up just carving redwood pretty much for 30 years. All I really knew was redwood, and then I saw this cedar because we didn't have it in California when I was over there.
Yeah.
Then I saw this cedar, and I thought, maybe that might work, and so then I kind of developed that. But my education on it's kind of grown, but I'm still not an expert by any stretch of the imagination. So I'm still trying and learning and trying different things.
And I know the select pine is available that you guys always do some of your signs with the select pine, but I know you guys do some laminated redwood cedar.
Yeah,
I remember you guys doing larger signs. That is not available to us.
Yeah.
And that looks like almost like 2x4s.
Now that, in fact, would you hand me that board, babe?
Yeah, we don't have that.
That is just like a construction grade. This is something that I made for an upcoming video. This was 2x6s, and I just ripped it and then laminated it together. It's a special video. But, so this is just like a construction grade. I think it's like redwood decking. They have it in 2x6, 2x10, 2x4s, and so that's what I use for bigger signs a lot of times. The stuff that is pre-laminated, there's a place called Perfect Plank out of California.
Oh, I think I heard you talking about that.
Yeah, now that place you can order it and have it sent to you.
Oh,
that's what this is. Actually, if you look at this.
This is nice.
This is actually Perfect Plank. So this is a piece where the grain is going vertical.
Yeah.
But so this is all made out of Perfect Plank.
This is nice.
Yeah,
this is nice.
Really nice stuff.
Yeah.
Now, the problem for you would be is if you ordered this, it would be kind of expensive from a shipping standpoint.
Is it cost effective enough for it?
Yeah, exactly. Now I've got a guy down in Texas that orders it on a regular basis for big commercial signs. He just adds the price of the material onto the price of the job.
Gotcha.
And so then but it is beautiful stuff.
That is nice.
And it makes really, really nice signs. And it takes all of the labor as far as doing what I did on this board.
Yeah, the prep work.
It takes all of that out. So
you don't realize, I mean, from watching the videos, you don't realize how nice this is until you're right up on it.
Yeah, this Perfect Plank really is nice stuff.
Is nice.
Yeah. Now this kind I don't use very often with the grain running up and down because fortunately this is thick enough that it's stable enough, but if this was thinner, then it really becomes weak. That thing will snap.
Yeah,
You can't snap it.
Sure.
You could take it and snap it just because of the short pieces. So I don't use it that often. Every once in a while I will, but
you can see almost like one of those razor blades where where you're snapping those new blades.
Yeah, like it's scored. Mm-hmm. But the Perfect Plank, I really I don't buy too much of it. anymore. I do buy it once in a while, but I don't buy too much of it anymore just because when I have a bigger sign, I normally will find this and I can use this.
Yeah.
And it's this comes in 2x4, 2x6, 2x8, but I like to use smaller pieces of it together. But I know a lot of places across the country have cedar decking. Like this is redwood decking.
Right.
I think it's redwood decking, but they might have cedar decking, which is kind of comparable. But I don't have that.
Right. Yeah. See, we would have something like this, but it wouldn't have this brown color. It would have basically a blonde color, like a light, almost
really?
like a pine kind of unfinished, almost like what this middle track is.
So it might be Douglas fir,
correct,
or something like that.
Yeah.
That's a construction grade.
Yeah.
Which some of that stuff is okay, depending on the moisture level. You might be able to use it, and like you say, you do use it from time to time for making little home signs.
Exactly. So, it's just kind of crapshoot when it comes time to finishing. You really don't know what you'll get and how it'll react.
Yeah, and that's where stain might come in handy. If you wanted it to be a darker color.
Right.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. But anyway, there's a lot of even with the cedar fencing. The reason I use a select pine is because I don't have availability to the wider. This cedar fencing, like over in California where my son is, he can get this 8 and 10 and 12 inches wide. I can't get that
crazy.
here. Yeah, that's why I use select pine when I go to something that's a smaller sign but needs to be wider than 5 inches. That's the reason I use select pine. And do that because that comes 1 by 12. So you have to just kind of work with what you've got. Yeah,
exactly.
But anyway, buddy, I don't want to keep you too long.
No, man, thank you so much.
Awesome.
I appreciate it.
So
Thank you,
cool
guys.
having you come by.
Yeah. So when it comes to wooden signs, it's you, and then I also follow a gal, Lizzie, on Instagram. She does
the scroll saw.
Yeah.
House of Timber.
Lizzie,
so awesome. She is a master. That little chick. She's about to have a baby.
Yes.
Yeah, she's awesome. I love her. We met her at Workbench Con. Yeah.
So House of Timber and you guys seem to be the top tier of signs. So So if anyone out there, if you're more into scrolling and less into routering,
Lizzie,
House of Timber is a great one to follow.
She's amazing. Yeah, she is. All right, buddy.
Yeah.
Again,
thank you.
Thanks
You're
so
welcome.
much.
Yeah,
It's been a pleasure.
Great.
Come back anytime. You come back to Vegas. Let us know how you do on on that prize.
Will sir. Yes, sir. We'll do.
All right. So that's it, guys. Hope this was helpful. I so appreciate Jonnie coming by. It was just a pleasure. Just so much fun. So if you guys have any questions on this or anything else, or on Jonnie, let me know or get a hold of him, and we'll answer what we can. What else? What am I forgetting, babe?
That's it.
Thanks. If you haven't subscribed yet, we'd love for you to subscribe. Don't forget to click that little bell icon. I always get tongue-tied on that part. Yeah. On Instagram every day at Make a Wood Sign. And we love you all. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you on the next one. Bye.